Questions? Coach, what can you say about your group and the maturation of in-game adjustments, especially up front and stopping their run?
I thought there was good communication tonight. I think anytime you go on the road, in this atmosphere, to handle, the crowd offensively and defensively, I thought showed some poise. I wasn't happy with how we finished the game. To really kind of let down on defense and give up a score, and then not close out things the way we needed to in the final 5, 6, 7 minutes. We've got to improve there, and that's what we just talked about in there. But the thing about these guys, I think, is that they understand that, just trying to get better every week, and taking these opportunities and looking at them as a learning experience. I think Trevor had some things at the end he would like to do differently. A number of guys did, and so we made enough plays to win, and we've got to get better and score touchdowns instead of so many field goals. Although Daniel LaCamera did a great job, but there's a lot of room for improvement. But going on the road and winning in the SEC West is nothing to take lightly. So this is a great experience for us, but there's still work to do.
Yeah, what did y'all do you think, adjustment or anything to take away their running game after they had that successful drive? I think their second possession they ran pretty well after that. Y'all did a really good job against the run.
Yeah, we made some adjustments and I think football is one of those games where you kind of try to figure out what people are trying to do to you, and then certain times during a series it's hard to get that communicated. When you get 11 guys off on the side and you're able to say, all right, here's what they're doing, here's how they're blocking it, here's how we need to play. And so I thought our defensive staff did a nice job after that, and in particular coming out of halftime too in the third quarter. I don't know how many yards they hit, 35 yards in the third quarter. So, that was encouraging for us as a team, and it allowed us to play differently offensively, a little bit more conservative and kind of a field position game, with our punter, and so we played a little bit different as a team, and this is a little different than no huddle going up and down the field, throwing it every down. I'm not saying that we're a 3 yards in a cloud of dust team, but we'd like to get better in the red zone. And if we can continue to do that, we can get better offensively.
There were two big 4th and 3s for you. Y'all go for it and make it, and then you had to stop on 4th and 3. Would you mind addressing that?
Well, really, you're in what I refer to as no man's land. You're. Daniel's probably, at the 33-yard line is probably where he's good. So that's 50, a 50-yard field goal. Right there, I think we were at 55, something like that, which is a little bit out of his range. And then, so if you punt, there's always the risk that goes in the end zone and the ball's back at the 20, or you get, 20 yards of possession. So, right there it just made sense to go for it at 4th and 3. And, we had a good play called. It was really a option route with Christian Kirk on a linebacker, which will take that matchup just about any time. And with spreading it out, we went to empty and put him in the middle. And linebacker, they stayed with him there and just let him work in the middle. That's about as good a play as we can have for right there, pitch and catch right ahead of you. And then defensively, to get that 4th down stop, to really seal the game off was great for our defense, because I thought, with the exception of, like you said, maybe the second series and then the second to last series of the game where they scored, I thought our defense played pretty well and pretty consistent all night. The thing that they did, which a lot of people haven't been able to do, is the ball didn't really get over our heads. Auburn's does a great job of getting your eyes everywhere with motions and play fakes and things like that. And then all of a sudden, every game you watch, there's a guy running scot-free down the field, wide open. And so I thought our back end guys did a really good job of eliminating the explosive play, which kept us, which kept the game the way it was.
Coach, a lot of people in the offseason talked about, had this game circled and said A&M and Auburn needed to win more games than they had last season, said there was a good amount of pressure around both programs. Now having won this game and won on the road, what are your thoughts on the way the programs played and the teams played through 3 games?
I never talked like that. So, it's the first SEC game. It's a road game. So we came over here to win. And, I don't think anybody here is even thinking about what people talk about outside this program or talk about in the summer. I know I don't. So, we came over here to win a game and get started in the SEC, and the goal is to be 1-0 every week. And so far, that's where we are.
Last one.
Does 3-0 look or feel any different this season than the past couple of seasons?
3-0 is 3-0. What do you? I don't
Do you
know.
see anything different in your team, maybe opposed to some of the past ones that maybe plateaued a little bit after 4 or 5 wins?
I think we've played a different schedule. So, maybe 3-0 from a couple years ago might be different because of who we played, as opposed to UCLA and at Auburn. So, but it's still 3 games. We still got. I said, if you remember, I said Tuesday that no matter what happened tonight, there's still a whole lot of football to play. And fortunately, we won on the road in the SEC, but we recognize there's still a whole lot of football to play, and that's why I like our team's demeanor right now and how we're approaching things. So, if that's what you're asking, that's I don't think that's much different approach than the other teams have had. But I certainly think that these guys understand that there's a lot of football left to be played.